Good evening, everybody. This is Dr. Bob coming back to you from the Dr. Bob YouTube channel. Hope everybody's been doing well. It's been a long 6 months since I've last put out a video. That is not for lack of wanting to engage with you, the audience, or continuing to go through the things that we enjoy on the channel, which are church history and culture and all things related to the gospel. But my work has just been super busy at the hospital the past 6 months. I've had a lot of stuff going on in life, all of which is good. It's just been busy. So I can update you guys on a few of these things and just talk about what we're going to hopefully be covering in the second half of the year as we get back to doing some videos, hopefully a little bit more regularly, though that still will depend on my schedule in the hospital. Um, so this past spring I was able to finish up the current phase of my medical training and get my board exams under my belt. And so I've finished up the prior season of life that I was in and moving on to the next stage of my medical career, which is very exciting. Just a few years out now from where I want to be sort of long term. And so just working hard towards that every day. Uh, Also, had some pretty big family news that came up in my life over the past 6 months. A few months back, my wife decided to get me a 23andMe test for my birthday and took it, and I'm currently writing up the story after sharing it with my good friends Joseph Cotto and Dr. Paul Gottfried from the Cotto Gottfried YouTube channel. But while I was expecting that most of my ancestry would be as I thought it would be in the South, British Isles background, and while that is still the majority of my heritage, it's not the overwhelming majority that I thought it would be. Turns out that I have a non-insignificant amount of Ashkenazi Jewish heritage, which might explain a lot of things about my career trajectory as well as my immediate family versus extended family that I knew of. And it was very interesting to find out. Gives me a little bit of different perspective on the things that we have been talking about. Um, that's quite a mind bender. Finding out the things that I have in that regard. Turns out my male lineage is not European at all, but is actually from the Middle East, and it's rather surprising, but at the same time, it's been good. We've actually made contact with some Jewish relatives, and that's been good, getting to know them a little bit. Needless to say, we might have some differences on certain political items, and those have been discussed at length by conservative Jewish friends of mine, as well as friends of mine who are not Jewish, who like to bring that subject up. But I still think it's rather neat, and it's nice to get to know some new family. I was going to make this a short video today, just sort of introducing you guys back to things. Still going through History of the Christian Church, preparing the next chapter of that from Volume 1. I got a couple of books on the priesthood that I've continued reading. Still had a couple of conversations with Vocab Malone here and there. Been corresponding with an Eastern Orthodox priest, Jonathan Ivanov, who is a gentleman and has been very gracious and answering a lot of questions. And I think it's good that we're going to continue to engage in church history here. I think as I've studied things, I've become more and more convinced of the necessity of the Reformation and the importance of certain distinctives of the Reformed faith in particular. But that doesn't mean that we can't talk to people from different backgrounds, which I hopefully will continue to plan on doing. Just a funny thing, just thinking about the debate I did last year, that I remember a quote that I don't know if it was Joseph or it was Dr. Gottfried on the channel, where they said, wherever you find an intellectual movement in the West these days, you'll always find Jews at the center of that. And so I think it's rather ironic that you had two men of Jewish heritage debating a central dispute and doctrine of the Christian faith. So I think that's rather good. I'll also be having some live streams. Hopefully, Emissary Tiger will be coming back on at some point, and we'll be doing some stuff on the SBC and relevant issues related to evangelicalism. But I hope everybody is doing well. Look forward to continuing interacting with you guys in the audience. And so these are just a few life updates that I wanted to go through, and looking forward to getting back. Grace and peace, guys, and we'll talk to you soon. All right.